today on the net. Online reactions to France's first-round presidential election results. French web users using coded messages to leak results. And a roundup of some of the marketing campaigns inspired by the election. The results of the first round of the French presidential election have sparked a wave of reaction on the web. And while web users have been praising voters for the high turnout, most social networkers from France and abroad have been turning their attention to the candidates who came in first, second and third place. And naturally, the majority of online discussion is centred around the number of votes won by the two candidates progressing to the second round, François Hollande and Nicolas Sarkozy. Supporters flocked to social media platforms to voice their delight and reaffirm their support for their respective candidates. Both camps are confident their contender will win the second round on May 6th. But there's something else bothering a large number of web users: the staggering result for France's far-right party, the Front National, which won a little under 20% of votes. Some social networkers have described this as shameful and alarming and have openly expressed their outrage on online platforms. Others say Marine Le Pen's third place makes her the kingmaker in the second round of the presidential election, and are wondering what stance the right-wing candidate Nicolas Sarkozy will take to persuade Front National voters to vote for him. This web user doesn't entirely agree and is trying to play down the importance of Marine Le Pen's score. He says that over 80% of French voters didn't vote for the far right, and so their vote should not be made more significant than it really is. Both French media and French web users were theoretically banned by law to leak the results of the first round of the French presidential election before 8 p.m. Sunday. But foreign websites had no qualms in breaking this embargo. French-speaking media outlets in Switzerland, Belgium and also Spain were already releasing early estimates in the afternoon. Twitter users then took the figures and used coded messages to leak the results and thus avoid facing a fine of up to €75,000 for breaking a law they consider archaic. French web users had all sorts of fun relaying the early estimates on social networks. Tweets were posted under the hashtag Radio Londres, meaning London Radio, in reference to the coded messages sent from Britain by resistance fighters during the Second World War. Some communicated the early estimates by talking about the weather in Holland, referring of course to François Hollande, or in Hungary for Nicolas Sarkozy, as this was where his father came from. One of Marine Le Pen's code names was Ocean, in reference to her Christian name. Some messages involved allusions to the worlds of sport or gastronomy. The socialist candidate was given the alias Gouda, as in the cheese from Holland, and the incumbent president was given the code name Goulash, as in the Hungarian recipe. Web users have been having a field day, even sparing a thought for the 10 people responsible for monitoring social networks using keyword analysis software. The system was set up by the French Polling Commission, which has since announced it's initiated legal proceedings over leaks observed on Sunday. The presidential election has been a great opportunity for companies and advertising agencies to create a buzz and get themselves some online publicity. Here's a look at some of the best internet marketing campaigns inspired by the 2012 election. One French underwear company, for example, launched a viral advertising campaign for next to nothing by playing around with the presidential candidates' campaign slogans, with Nicolas Sarkozy's "A Strong France" becoming "A France Strong in Underpants," and François Hollande's "The Time for Change is Now" becoming "It's Time to Change Your Underpants." La Vache qui rit, or the Laughing Cow, decided to set up its own political party, the Laughing Party, for the French presidentials, a marketing campaign orchestrated on social networks with parodies of the candidates' campaign posters. The operation has been a resounding success, drawing over 100,000 new fans to the Facebook page. Certain video game publishers have also been riding the presidential wave. The creators of the famous Sims have parodied each of the candidates, changed their names, and are giving web users until the 2nd of May to take part in an online questionnaire and elect their ideal president. And finally, some groups have opted for more hard-hitting campaigns. ADMD, for example, a French association which campaigns for the right to die with dignity, has come up with these photomontages as part of its campaign to legalise euthanasia in France. François Bayrou, Nicolas Sarkozy and Marine Le Pen, all three opposed to any change in this particular legislation, are depicted lying in hospital beds, dying. The campaign was widely relayed on the web and, despite causing considerable controversy, did achieve its main objective: to prompt the candidates to approach the subject.